everyone. Good morning to some of you. Good afternoon to others, and good night to some. Woo woo, are you going to bed soon? Can I have some food too? Should you really eat something right before you go to sleep? Wait, is it only at nighttime that you're not supposed to eat? Like after 8 p.m.? What is, why is that? Is it simply because there's a certain time of day that your body decides to have digestion issues? Or is it because you're not supposed to eat right before you sleep? Isn't it breakfast now? Oh, well, this works in your favor because the food that I'm eating right now is a waffle. It gives you nightmares if you eat before sleep? Woo woo, are you willing to risk it all and get sleep paralysis if I give you this waffle? Are you willing to risk it all? It's not breakfast for me though. It is lunchtime. I had breakfast several hours ago when my lizard woke me up at 6 a.m. again, bright and early. I'm gonna take a sip of my drink. Have you ever ate a waffle with nightmares on the line? What would you all say? You're on team pancakes. I do favor a pancake. I've favored pancakes a majority of my life, but I've been in a waffle phase lately. Hi, Komo. Hello. Various reasons like you don't burn the energy, so might store some of it as fat. Some people might grind their teeth, I see. Flapjacks. Aren't flapjacks just pancakes? Aren't they? Viking mead. No, I am drinking a delicious zero sugar Dr. Pepper. I saw a post last night that asked, who is keeping Dr. Pepper in business? It is me. I am keeping Dr. Pepper in business. Let's see, I wanted to look up something. Let me see. Are flapjacks pancakes? Yes. Flapjacks and pancakes are considered the same thing, allegedly. Allegedly, they are the same thing. A very waffle time in my life, yes. But everyone, what would you say is a food that you would risk, you know, sleep paralysis for? Let's say no matter what time of day you eat it, if you eat it, you get sleep paralysis that night. What meal are you willing to have sleep paralysis for? Salmon? That's good. I'm gonna take a bite of my waffle now. Hot pot? A few months back, my parents bought 3 cases of different Dr. Pepper flavors on a good sale. Blackberry Dr. Pepper is the best. I've become a zero sugar kind of girl with sodas. Good Komo lunchtime. Good Komo lunchtime. Shrimp fried rice. A good steak. Lobster bisque. Ooh, fancy. Fancy. Wait, a good steak. Do you have a favorite kind of steak? Like a good, certain cut? You know, like prime rib, or ribeye, or sirloin. Ribeye best? Salisbury steak, count a steak. No. I like ribeye. Fish taco. I see. Yummy waffle. Hello. Ribeye is peak. You know, I do like fatty pieces of meat, but I think I'm more towards fillets. I think I'm more partial to fillets. They feel more full, if that makes sense. They feel more full as a steak. I feel like the only time I'm really only keen towards fatty meat when it's yakiniku. When I'm doing yakiniku. If I'm eating just steak, though, I'd want a sirloin or a filet. But if I'm eating yakiniku, then I really, really like marbled meat. Something I often get when I go to yakiniku or Korean barbecue is chuck-eye steak, because it has decent marbling. And it surprises me because a lot of chuck-eye steaks at grocery stores are actually fairly cheap, and people don't realize that this cut of meat is fairly cheap, but it's also well marbled. It's really nice. When I was growing up, that was pretty much what my mom would cook on the grill quite often. Oh, I have hiccups. Filet is yummy when done right. Filet mignon is also a good time. My pick when you can have both porterhouse, baby, or T-bone. Those meats sound expensive. A lot of meats are expensive. But it's so yummy. But yeah, a lot of, I think in particular, when it comes to grocery store meat deals, I think Piggly Wiggly probably has the best deals on meat, particularly red meat. Sounds like a banger deal. Yes. Let me look up my chuck-eye steak. Let me look up something. I want to look at something. Ooh, hold on. Aldi has 3 Black Angus choice eye of round steaks for $7.99 per package. What? That sounds amazing. Aldi, you know how to make me happy. Piggly Wiggly, what a name. Yes, it is a grocery store. You will usually not hear about it anywhere but the South. It is primarily where my what is the word? What is it called when you refer to someone that has passed away? Because I don't want to just say my dead grandma. what is it called again? My late grandma, thank you. My late grandmother always used to shop at Piggly Wiggly. That is the only grocery store she would go to, is the Pig. Late, yes. She would only shop at the Pig. Oh my goodness. Waffle House, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Waffle House and Piggly Wiggly was culture shock when I moved here as a small child. Oh, I love Waffle House. In fact, this waffle I'm eating now is from Waffle House. What a delicious little treat. I like it when the waffles get cold, and I like to eat them as like somewhat of like a little dessert. Like a cold sweet treat. Aldi is from Europe? Yes, I believe it is a German supermarket. It's a multinational discount supermarket that's in several countries, actually. But yes, it started in Germany. Wahoo will forever be there for you. Hash brown. I love Waffle House hash browns. I had some last night. Cold Waffle House pancakes are awesome with a scoop of vanilla ice cream. I love Aldi. I can't get my name brand anything there, but their deals are so good. If you need something simple like meat and vegetables, Aldi has got you for an outstanding price. You won't be able to find your special ice cream you like, or your name Pillsbury cookies, or anything like that, but you will be able to find great deals on meat and vegetables. The only difference between Aldi and Trader Joe's is that one of them will sell tobacco. Which one sells tobacco? I'm not familiar. I kind of miss Trader Joe's. I lived in a different place some years ago, and I lived in a very nice part of town in a nice apartment building, and literally right next door, I just had to take 2 steps, was a Trader Joe's. And it was so nice to just leave my building and buy groceries for the night and walk home for a good price, and it was always great. I miss it quite a bit. I also miss having access to an H Mart. Oh, I miss H Mart. I miss H Mart. I miss the coffee bread. I miss the cuts of meat and the ready-made food. I miss it so much. There's nothing here. I miss H Mart. My sister loves Aldi too. I mostly go to the neighborhood Walmart since it's on the way back from the gym. That's fair. Neighborhood Walmarts are decent. There's gotta be something. And Aldi's opened up by my neighborhood a few years ago. My family has been going to it regularly ever since. Ooh. I think there are a few in my city. They're not super close to me though. I think it's at least like maybe like a 15-minute drive or something like that, but. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, I should really use the groceries that I have in my fridge. I've eaten delivery food the last day and a half. So I should probably cook dinner for myself today. So I think I will do that. I have ingredients to make chicken katsu curry with my favorite katsu sauce. Oh my gosh, this was a blessing. A blessing, a blessing, a blessing. So, I'm very particular about katsu sauce. Very, very particular about katsu sauce. My favorite kind of katsu sauce is Bulldog brand katsu sauce. It is my most favorite. It is so sweet and tangy, and it tastes so good on fried chicken breast on top of curry rice. It's so good. It's so good. It's so fantastic. And I noticed that when Miss Saki was visiting me that I was running out, and I thought, oh no, because I have to order it online because I don't have them in my grocery stores here. And I started thinking, oh, it's going to be so expensive to order from Amazon. But then, a few days ago, I was trying to find Benadryl, and I thought, oh, maybe it's in my overnight bag. And I've not traveled in some time. So I looked at my overnight bag from when I traveled for Christmas. And lo and behold, you will never guess what I found in my overnight bag. I completely forgot. Then when I was visiting family for Christmas, that I went to an Asian market and I bought 2 bottles of bulldog katsu sauce. And I just completely forgot about them. Completely forgot about them. So now I have plenty of bulldog katsu sauce ready for my meals. Yes, 2 bottles just sitting there. I completely forgot that I bought them. I'm so grateful to my past self for coming in clutch for my present self. Yes, enough to last a while. Enough to last a while. I'm very happy. So, past Komo, thanks. Yes. I'll be very excited to make my dinner today. Very, very yummy. Maybe I'll have a late dinner because I feel like when I eat this time of day, I don't feel hungry until like 10 p.m. So I think I will probably have a very, very late dinner. Very, very late. Very, very late. Because it takes me quite a while. It takes me quite a while to get hungry again after I've eaten. I'm from Malaysia, just want to say hi. Hello. Thank you for dropping by. It's quite late for you, isn't it? Probably 2 a.m. My goodness. Ooh. Something I like to do lately when I do chicken katsu is normally you would, you would get a chicken breast, you would cut it in half, and you would mallet it down. Well, I've been making the process a little easier for myself. And so, you know how they have those chicken tenderloins and it's just chicken breasts cut into thin slices? I'll just mallet those and I'll have smaller pieces of katsu. And I'll just put 2 of them on my curry. Now, it also doesn't take as long to fry when you do it that way. Because a larger piece of meat is going to take longer, you know. Yes, chicken tenderloins are always fairly cheap. I think I got like, I don't know, 8 chicken tenderloins for like $6.95 or something. I have one of those takoyaki pans. I have a takoyaki maker that I haven't had the opportunity to use yet. Because I could never find octopus in my grocery stores, but recently my local Publix has started stocking octopus. And so I now have to try it because I actually really enjoy takoyaki. And I love when takoyaki has a ton of octopus in it. And so I just feel like a lot of restaurants here, they never put enough octopus meat in their takoyaki. They never put enough. And so now I can selfishly put as much taco as I want in my yaki. And I love takoyaki sauce, and I love bonito flakes. It is so yummy, and I really like it with green onion as well. Ooh, how about this, everyone? I will save my first time having, like, takoyaki at home. That can be our next members-only stream. I will make takoyaki on stream. On my next member stream. How about that? Yes. Joy, thank you so much for being a member for 2 months. Takoyaki, my beloved. The takoyaki I got from Cali changed me from being from the East Coast. Oh my goodness. It is quite good. I remember the first time I had it, there was a revolving sushi place in my mall, and I never had takoyaki before. And I thought, oh, well, I'll try it. And that place had takoyaki with plenty of octopus in it. And I thought, oh, this is wonderful. And it shut down 2 weeks later. It shut down 2 weeks later. And then it resurfaced again as a larger chain. And I went to it and I ordered the takoyaki, and there was hardly any taco in my yaki. I was so upset. And I feel like this always happens to me. I will find a wonderful restaurant with food I really enjoy, and then it closes down within a month. This has happened again. Maybe like a year. No, almost 2 years ago. I found an authentic Japanese restaurant in my area, owned by the sweetest Japanese couple, and I got to know them, and it was so nice. And they had my favorite curry. They made curry themselves, and they had a good gyudon. And I remember asking them about something, and I said, "Oh, I'll have to come back in a few weeks." And they said, "Oh, we're closing down in 2 weeks." And I said, it's so sad. I had just gotten to know them. I knew their menu. It was wonderful. It was one of those really small restaurants, and so, you know, if you ordered, like, if you order something that they don't normally make, that they don't make in, like, bulk, then if you order it, no one else can get it for the rest of the day. So I was the only one that would ever order curry. And so anytime I'd come in and I would eat curry, they would like mark it off of the menu, and they would say sold out. Yes, local mom and pop store, essentially. It was so wonderful. And it was decorated like a traditional, you know, like little Japanese restaurant, like kind of like a little pub almost. It was very cute. Yes, one of those small places. My favorite place is tiny and plays old VHS recordings of Japanese news for older JP expats. I see. Oh my gosh. It was so nice. It was so nice. I miss it so much. Ugh! I will never have one of those places in this town ever again. No. Ah. So sad. And I remember talking to them. They would only be open for 4 hours every day. Only open for 4 hours every day. They were only open for dinner time. And I remember I understood why they were closing down. I understood. Because, you know, this was an old woman. This was an old woman and her old husband. They were the only people running the restaurant. And their kids did not want to take over. And so they said, well, we just want to retire and enjoy our last years. And I was like, I understand. I understand. Oh, I would have taken over. If they would have let me, I would have taken over the restaurant. Had they let me, please. I will learn the recipes. I will carry on. I will carry on your restaurant, please. And I will pass it down to my children and their children and their children and their children. Just please. Put me in that damn kitchen. Please. I'm so desperate. I'll do it myself. Oh. I miss it so much. I want to see if I can find their menu online so I can read some of their good things. I remember looking it up on Reddit, you know, for my city's Reddit, and just to see if people talked about it. And almost everyone on the subreddit for where I live said, oh yes, we know. And then it's their names redacted. I'm not going to say it. Oh, it's so sad to look up the name and it says permanently closed. Don't say that. So sad. So sad. How could you do this? Oh, everything looks so good. Their gyudon was so good. They had excellent gyoza. Oh my god. They had really good sushi there too. her husband was the one that normally did sushi. She was the one that was normally in the kitchen. Oh, the most embarrassing thing though, oh my god. I think the most embarrassing thing though was I was it was my first time eating there, and I ordered the gyudon. And I thought, I'll try eating with chopsticks. Now, I am okay with chopsticks, but I'm not very good. And back then especially, I was not as well versed. So I tried to eat chopsticks, and my rice kept falling through, or they would fall off the edge. And she saw me struggling. She was behind the counter, and she was just glaring at me. And after a while, she walked over, she took my chopsticks away, and she put a spoon in my hand. She said, "You need this." She said, "You need this." And I said, "Thank you." So sad. My favorite family-owned Japanese hibachi place closed down a couple years ago. It was a very sad day. Oh no. Yes. I was embarrassed, but I was grateful that she came over. I would have taken it as a challenge. I wouldn't dare. I wouldn't dare challenge a wonderful Japanese obachan. My art teacher made me practice putting a coin in his cup with chopsticks every day. You couldn't pass if you couldn't do it. Oh my goodness. Over here, sushi places have forks in case you're not experienced with chopsticks. The other day, I went out for dinner, and I can normally use chopsticks pretty well at this point, but the fish was so slimy that it kept slipping out of my chopsticks, and so I had to stab it. I had to stab it to eat it and dip it in my soy sauce. It was horrible. I felt like a barbarian. So primal. I know. My friend was watching a YouTube video one time on how to use chopsticks when we were eating, and the server saw him and laughed. How funny. It was probably undercooked. Oh no, this sushi was raw. It was raw sushi, so. It was already dead, and you had to make sure. Yes. Oh, everyone, I have some fun news. So I've decided that our next Film Club Friday, we are going to feel pain. We are going to feel pain and suffering, and we are going to watch one of the best documentaries I've ever watched, which also makes me absolutely miserable. Absolutely miserable. And I'm bringing a friend along for the ride. We are going to be watching Dear Zachary with my friend Saki. On March 6th, that is when our next Film Club Friday is going to be. We are going to be watching Dear Zachary with Miss Saki. Dear Zachary, don't look up anything about it. Don't look up anything about Dear Zachary. Don't do it. Just wait. Just wait, alright? Looks it up. It is, I'll give a rough synopsis. So, it is a documentary made by the best friend of a man who was murdered. And he wanted to make this film. He wanted to travel around the world, basically. So because the man who was murdered, he his family was partially from the United States and partially from England. And so he decided, I'm going to travel across America and the UK. And I'm going to interview every person that has ever met my best friend, just so I can know what he meant to these people. And the whole movie is made by his best friend. It is filmed, it is directed, it is edited. He did everything. He did everything for it. And it is a documentary that will make you feel... It's such a beautiful documentary, but also makes you feel so angry. It makes you feel so mad. It makes you feel miserable and terrible, but it also fills you with hope. Mostly anger and despair, but I feel like there's so many things that film feeds people. And I watched it for the first time with a friend of mine, I don't know, 8 years ago now. 8 years ago. My friend told me, do you want to watch a movie? And I said, oh, sure. And at the very end, my friend was like, did you like it? And I had, my face was swollen from how hard I'd cried. My face was swollen from how hard I cried. I didn't say no, no. But it is truly one of the greatest documentaries, I think, that has ever existed. It is so good. But also it is so sad because it's real. This is a real thing that happened. It's a crime documentary. It's a crime documentary, and I won't say too much about it, but it actually changed the law in Canada. What happened in that doc, and because of that doc, it changed the law in Canada. It's all real, and it's insane, honestly. Oh my gosh. And I think since the fall, I remember I would talk to Saki and I would be like, are you in a good headspace today? She'd be like, not really. And I'd be like, oh, I was going to ask you if you'd watch this thing with me. And well, today I thought I had the most wonderful idea. I had the most wonderful idea for a watch along. And I said, are you free on March 6th? Would you like to watch Dear Zachary with me? Let me get her word for word response to you all. Let me grab it. Let's see. Where is it? I said, Saki, on March 6th, would you like to join me for my next Film Club Friday and watch Dear Zachary? And she said, oh my god. Let me check. Yes, I can do that. What law was changed? I can't tell you. I can't tell you. You have to watch the doc. You have to watch the doc. A decisive yes. Yes, I'm excited to watch with you all and Saki. 2 Fridays from now. What a fun activity. And then after we watch Dear Zachary, we will be watching the last Hobbit film. And then after the last Hobbit film, there's another documentary that I'm gonna watch with you all. But it's quite short. It's only 40 minutes long. But I heard good things about it, and I heard it'll make me miserable. So I'm kind of in a miserable mood. sometimes I go through these phases where I can only really consume media that fills me with despair. Even if I'm not going through despair myself. I just need to feel it. I think that it makes me feel like I am a person. It makes me, when I feel like maybe I'm not depressed, but maybe life is a little mundane, I sometimes lose sight of what it is to be human. And I need to remind myself of what makes a person a person. And so I'll watch things that give me an emotional response. I'll watch things that I know will deliberately make me cry. I'll watch things that I know will make me laugh. I watch things that'll make me scared. I watch things that'll make me smile or excited. And I think that the emotional response that I crave the most is between fear and despair. Because I just think life is so beautiful. And I think that when I watch things of a certain nature, it makes me feel grateful that I have the life I live. And it's like a reminder, you know? It's like a reminder. And you know, a lot of times that I watch things that make me cry, it's not because they are necessarily sad things, but maybe it is just something so beautiful. Like life is so wonderful. There are so many people that are full of love. There are so many people that are loved, and I think that that is a good reminder. Yes. I'm very hope core. I'm not much of a nihilist. I'm more positive than I am negative. I used to be an extremely negative person. I used to be a very, very negative person. I used to be one of those people that always assumes the worst. But then I flipped the chessboard over one day. In the words of Battler Ushiromiya, I flipped the chessboard. And I thought, you know what? Why am I seeing my life as a glass half empty and not a glass half full? And ever since I started looking at my life as a glass half full, I feel like I'm much happier. I don't panic as much as I used to. I don't bed rot or I don't doom as much as I used to. So it really, I think it makes a difference. I know that sometimes life just feels like nothing ever gets better. Life never gets better. And you know what? Life never gets easier. And maybe things don't stay better when they do get better. But that just means there's another opportunity for things to get better. You know, life is never perfect. Life is never this linear, wonderful thing. But it is what you make it. Life is what you make it. And damn it, if I'm going to live this life in this mortal coil, I may as well be positive. I don't want to be miserable while I'm here. I don't want to live my life being miserable. Exactly. I agree in that, like, I can't wait around for something good to come to me. I have to work for it. I can't wait around for good things to come to me. Sometimes I have to seek it out, you know? You have to seek out your happiness. And you should never, ever, ever seek happiness in another person. Your life should be about you, and then if you want to pursue love, then that love should be like a DLC. That love should be like a DLC. It shouldn't be your only reason for being. Your happiness is in your hands, everyone. Look at us being inspirational today. If you want to do something, do it now. Yes, exactly. Don't wait until tomorrow. If you suddenly get something into your head and you have the means to try it now, you must do it now, or you will never do it. There is never a right time for anything. You must do it now. You must do it now. You know that movie, Yes Man? Sometimes you just have to be Yes Man. Sometimes you just have to be Yes Man for yourself, you know? Declare you're going to do something and do it. And do it. If you do something and you want a specific response from it, or you want a specific result from it, you have to act like you already have that result. You have to be as positive as possible. I know that some people say, oh, like, don't get your hopes up. I don't want to get my hopes up. But don't you think it's way better to have hoped and wished than to, like, talk down to yourself and be like, oh, I knew that I'd never get that, or I knew that wasn't going to happen, you know, that kind of thing. It is so awesome, and it feels especially more awesome when it actually does work out, and you're like, yes, I knew it, I believed in myself, and it worked out. Yes, thank you so much for gifting 10 memberships. The community surely appreciates it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are so hopecore. I know that I present myself as this, you know, I don't know, I know that I present myself as this goth lolly tsundere character, but I'm very hopecore. I'm actually a very positive thinker. No, I will not stop biting people. I will not. Ever. Hopium is real. Hopium is real. As someone who easily loses motivation, I have to remind myself of that often. Yes. If you can't remind yourself, I will try to motivate you. Go do that thing that you need to do, or else. Maybe it's time to go pastel goth. Maybe. I appreciate the hopecore, Miss Komo. Of course, I will remain hopecore through it all. I will always remain hopecore, even in my darkest hour. Thank you for continuing to bite people, of course. It is my whole thing. More positivity is always good in this modern world of ours. It's true. The acute aggression biting is forgivable. My dishes in the sink. You go do your dishes right now. You'll feel better once you do them. When you see how clean your sink looks, it's going to feel so much better. It's going to feel so much better. You're going to think, oh, how wonderful. My sink is now clean. My dishes are clean. And then you can mess them up again by cooking yourself a nice meal. Appreciate the motivation. Glad to be a blockbuster. Of course! Thank you for being here. It's the title of YouTube, but the words I remind myself, don't lean into it too much. It might get unhealthy. Are the cost of your distractions are the person you become. You could have become, yes. Let's all be hopecore, everyone. Let's all be hopecore. Life is alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Maybe not immediately. Maybe it takes time. But I believe in all blockbusters to come out on top. That is what I believe. In fact, come over and wash my dishes. You know what? Yeah, actually, can you come clean my dishes as well? I've been so busy lately that I haven't had the time to do it. So it would be great if someone could come over and clean my house, my whole house actually, and do my laundry. Would anyone be so kind as to do my laundry? I ran out of laundry detergent. Can anyone come over with some new laundry detergent and some new dryer sheets? And also, can you mop my floor? And can you also power wash the outside of my house? And can you mow my grass? And can you cut the bushes? And can you clean up the rocks in my driveway? And can you also wash my couch cushion holders? And can you also sweep? And can you also clean off my countertops? And can you make my bed? And can you clean off my desk? And can you also wipe down my fridge? Also, my toilet needs cleaning. And actually, my bathtub is clogged as well. Can you get a drain snake? And can you come in and can you handle that? Thank you very much. Just a small favor. Just a tiny little favor. It can be done within like 3 hours tops. It is a favor. I just gave you a big inspirational speech about being Hope Core. It's the least you can do. I made you feel better. Don't you want to clean my house? Nothing in this world comes for free. Except maybe your manual labor in exchange for inspiration. So benevolent, I know. Wait. Oh my gosh, I just remembered something funny. I remember a friend was referring to another friend as if they had died, and she, instead of saying benevolent, she screwed up and she said she was a malevolent spirit. And so sometimes I read the word and I get mixed up and I think, wait a minute. And I think back to that moment and I start laughing. An exorcism was needed, yes. Oh, so funny. Dude, I'd rather be paid in exposure. You will be exposed to the elements because it is raining right now. So when you mow the grass, I don't think it's the most ideal conditions, but it really needs to be done. Also, the children from next door have put their toys all around the backyard, and so you'll need to pick them up or else it's going to get cut in the lawnmower, and well, that sounds like it could cause an issue. Oh, that reminds me. I remember one time my mother was mowing the lawn in the backyard, and I was staying in this little extra area of my house, and she was mowing the lawn when all of a sudden I felt something hit my temple very hard. You see, I was sitting on the ground, and I just hear glass cracking, and then the feeling of something hitting my head very hard, and I was like, what was that? And I turn around and I look at the window directly behind me. A rock had gotten caught in my mother's lawnmower, and it shot through my window and hit me in the head. It was very Final Destination Core, and I remember I had the rock in my hand and my head was like slightly bleeding, and I walked to the backyard and I said, Mama, Mama, and she said, what? And I said, come here for a moment. And we walk over to the window and she said, oh my God. And I said, do you see the rock in my hand? And she said, yes. She's like, did that come to the window? And I said, yes, it hit me directly in the head. She said, oh my God. And you know how we fixed it? We duct taped the window. We didn't change the window. We didn't tell the landlords that we were renting from. We just duct taped it with pink polka dot duct tape. We didn't do anything else. We just duct taped it shut. So funny. And the thing is too, I don't think that we ever told the landlord about it when we moved out. And the landlord, I don't think she has looked at that house since we moved out, because she has not brought it up to us at all. I don't think she has looked in the backyard. I don't think she has looked in that room. I think that I almost want to travel. I almost want to travel back to that town. Because I don't live there anymore. I almost want to travel to that town. And get in the backyard. And see if that duct tape is still there. Should I do it the next time I visit my father? Perhaps I should do that. That'll be my little field trip. I'll say, Daddy, can you take me to my old home? I need to check something really quick. Give us an update. Yes. Oh, that would be so funny. Oh my gosh. A research trip indeed. A research trip indeed. Go down memory lane. Oh, speaking of my mother, she told me something very silly. So, my mother manages a specific little business part-time. She's retired, but she still needs to work a little bit in order to make ends meet. And so one day her boss asked her to search for some files, but she just could not for the life of her find them. And I don't think they actually ever existed, but he expects her to do all of his dirty work and the like. And she looked the whole day. She looked the whole day. And she finally had like a little mini meltdown. And she said, "Oh, I can't take it." And you see, my mother, she used to be a heavy smoker. And so she thought, oh, if I don't do something right now, I'm going to start smoking again. And so she has a friend directly across the street from her, and she called her and she said, Cheryl, she said, Cheryl, please, can I please come over and can we please play blackjack, please? Please, can we play blackjack? I'm going to go insane. And Cheryl said, I only have 45 minutes, but sure, let's play blackjack. And so they played blackjack, and my mother felt better immediately. My mother loves playing card games. It is one of her most amazing. It is something that always makes her feel better. She loves playing card games. She loves it. She taught me how to play real, like, solitaire with cards. And so solitaire was one of my favorite things to play when I was growing up. And then I found out I could play solitaire on my computer. And I love playing solitaire on the computer. I love playing solitaire. Just a little gamble to take the edge off, yes. Just a little bit. Just a wee bit. Just a wee bit. I love solitaire. I loved Old Maid. I loved Go Fish. Very, very fun. And I didn't learn how to play blackjack until almost 2 years ago. I was visiting my father, and I brought my Switch with me. And I asked him, I said, do you want to play some games? And I had Clubhouse games. And he said, what do you have? And I said, oh, there's blackjack. And he said, let's play blackjack. And I was like, I don't know how to play blackjack. And he was like, well, I'm going to teach you. And so he taught me how to play it, and then he taught me how to play it in real life as well. And that was fun. My father is a bit of a sore loser with those kind of things, though. So anytime he would lose, he would say, what? Man. He's a very silly man. Very, very silly man. No chance of meeting Mama Komo or Papa Komo anytime soon. I don't know. I live in the same city as my mother, but my father lives quite a distance away. I feel like my mother would be very open to being on a stream, but it would be almost embarrassing to have my mother here. Not because I'm embarrassed of her, but the thing is, Saki can attest to this when Saki was visiting me, because she got to meet my mother. When I'm around my mother, my natural accent slips out much easier. and I don't like it very much. My mother has a very, very thick accent. Very, very thick. Both of my parents have very thick accents. Extremely thick. My father often refers to my mother as a redneck, and my mother often refers to my father as a redneck. So, the Komo Gap Moe, I suppose. But we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see. Maybe I'll make it some kind of milestone thing. Some kind of milestone. Maybe 20K. I bring my family. Or rather, I bring one of my family members. Why are my southern VTubers so scared of their accents? I think it's because it was kind of... How do I put this? I remember I actually saw a post about this, and I kind of agreed with it. And I don't know why there's so much shame associated with it, but... You know, I can do something really, really, like, exaggerated like this, but when it comes to slipping into my natural accent, where it's not as heavy as that, it feels quite embarrassing. It almost feels like there's some shame associated with it, and I think it's because when I started using the internet and YouTube, you know, people with southern accents were always made fun of. They were used in parodies, and they were mocked, and they were treated as less than, they were treated as unintelligent and the like, and I thought, oh, I need to teach myself how to not speak like that then. I never had too much of an accent. I was nothing like my parents. But I had a little bit of an accent, and so I felt, oh, I should probably learn how to speak, quote unquote, properly. And so, you know, and I remember, I think the most shame I ever felt about that natural accent was, I dabbled into voice acting, and I was with an ADR director, and we were going over a script for a competition, and I slipped into an accent. And she stopped me in the middle of speaking, and she said, "Do you have a southern accent?" And I said, "Kind of." And she said, "You need to get rid of it if you want to be in this industry. You need to get out of that." And I thought, oh, okay. I thought, all right. I thought, oh, she was like, you need to tone it down. You need to do something about it. And I was like, oh my god. She was like, you need a more neutral sound. And I know that I also have a friend that does not have a southern accent, but she has experienced being told over and over again by, you know, directors to say the word bag correctly because she had a Midwestern accent, you know. So she would say it a specific way. Directors want something very, very neutral, and a lot of it is, you know, for anime, they want that neutral sound, unless the character has, you know, their whole thing is that they have Kansai dialect. You know, sometimes they'll ask you to do like a southern accent, like you know, like Osaka in the Azumanga Daioh dub, you know, because she was from Osaka, they thought, oh, she has a specific accent, we should cast someone that can do a southern accent, you know. Yes. And so, it kind of stuck with me for quite some time. It's been, oh my gosh, I don't know, 12 years? No, don't say that. Arca, thank you so went through the super, I remembered how I was ashamed of being Chinese. Don't be ashamed of being Chinese. Don't be ashamed of being anything. I don't think they're judging. Well, some people judge people based on their accents. They think, oh, she has a southern accent, she must be unintelligent, you know. There are people that think that way. There are a lot of people. And even down here where I live where that accent is prominent. If your accent is too strong, they think you are poor. They think, oh, you must be from, you must live in a low-income area. Oh, your parents must do physical work. Your parents must be farmers, you know. And my parents, they have really thick accents, but they don't do, they never do like low-income things. It's a very interesting thing. You know, the term redneck actually comes from something like that. You know, they called someone a redneck. It was someone that worked outside all day, and so the back of their necks would be sunburned. And people that would often work in, you know, like on farms and fields and the like, they always had sunburns. I always thought VTubers hated Chinese fans due to a certain incident. No. No. My genmate is wonderfully Chinese. Wonderfully Chinese. That is her whole thing. Miss Ao Woo Woo, may I present to you China incarnate. China incarnate. I love everyone. I love everyone. Yes. She is the most Chinese person ever. And I will say, every region has fans that are, you know, I think it's controversial to get too much into it, but there will be bad fans in every fan base. And every region, in every part of the world, there are always bad eggs. But, you know, that I don't think we should generalize. I don't think we should generalize. You know? Yes, we just have to filter out bad eggs is all. We just have to filter bad eggs. We shouldn't generalize anyone. All blockbusters are welcome. All blockbusters are appreciated, no matter what background you come from. But yes, haters are everywhere. There will be hate everywhere. But the only thing, everyone, the only thing stronger than love, the only thing stronger than hate is love. The only thing stronger than hate is love. I made a mistake. The only thing stronger than hate is love. Remember this. I would know. I'm a professional hater. Nice save. Don't worry about that. Oh my goodness. What a funny bunch we are. What a funny bunch. We've seen your letterbox. Stronger than love is hate. Got it. No! No. No! So you tolerate us? I more than tolerate you all. I appreciate you all. We spend time together. We have fun together. We banter together. We are like college roommates. We're like a fraternity, almost. Have you seen the video of the fraternity in the basement that looks like they are from Weapons? Like the children from weapons that have been kidnapped. The hazing. That is what we are. We are those people. Ooh, it looks so frightening. It looks so frightening. That's all of us. That's all of us. And I am the house mother. I'm the house mother of our fraternity. And I bake cookies for everyone in the fraternity. You've heard of the house bunny. Get ready for the house lizard. Not starring Anna Faris. Starring Komo Dokueki. Yaoi paddles are back on the menu. Yippee! Let me close this off, since I've finished eating my waffle. So that's how Weapons got the footage to look so real. Why must you remind me of yaoi paddles? I have to. They are so important to our history as weeaboos. They're in the history books, to be honest. Yaoi paddles? Yes, she has two. Let's see. I'm trying to look. Where? I'm trying to find, because I need to end soon so that I can get some work done. But I cannot find anyone from V4 that is streaming right now or will be streaming in like an hour. The yaoi paddles were also banned as fast as they came out. Need suggestions? Yes, I would actually love suggestions. Quite a predicament. Stream on the weekend or earlier in the day. Well, I know Laiko Senpai can't because, you know, she's in Australia. Oh, Miss Pillow! Miss Pillow, she will be here soon. I would like to raid into Miss Pillow. Can I? Let's see. Pillow dear. Ooh, yeah, she will be here soon. So we can raid into Miss Pillow here in a few moments. Excellent. Yay, we will raid into Miss Pillow dear then. Alright, well, I did say that this stream would only be about an hour long because I do have some little recordings and some grunt work that I need to get done. So, thank you all so much for joining me for today's little chat. This was quite fun. It was nice to talk over lunch. So, I think that I will do some more talks over lunch, some short little streams like this. They are quite nice. They're very cozy, and I had a very good time being Hope Core with you all. I will be streaming again on Monday. I'll be streaming again on Monday where we will be doing some cozy puzzles and online, and we'll be chatting and the like. It'll be like a very cozy, comfortable, low energy kind of stream, I think, because I've kind of been working myself to the bone lately, and so I need to decompress. So we'll do puzzles and chatting on Monday, if that's all right. Thank you so much for joining me for today's little chatting stream, and I will see you all on Monday. Goodbye for now, Blockbusters. Thank you for your time.